And welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego. After 2 periods of play, it remains 2-1. And guys, we're going to actually throw it over to Chris in the booth. He's got an exclusive interview with Steve Piotrowski, who is the NCAA Secretary of Rules, along with the CCHA Director of Officiating. Chris?
Okay, Joe, thanks a lot. Yeah, Steve Piotrowski, the NCAA Secretary of Rules Editor. He's also the Director of Officials for the CCHA, future Director of Officials for the Big Ten Conference when they start hockey action next year. Did I miss anything, Steve?
Oh, you got it all.
That's
great,
about
Chris.
everything. Thanks. Well, we thank you for coming here to Oswego. Thank you for joining us here in the second intermission. You look at the college hockey officiating. Here tonight we have a guy like Peter Fiola, a guy who's been a linesman in the Olympics back in Vancouver. He was a referee in the Final Four last year in Tampa, the Division I Final Four. So you have guys with pedigrees like that. You have to overall like what you're seeing with the officials here in college hockey in this the 2012 year.
Absolutely. I think Peter, I've known Peter for years, does a great job. I think the officials in the game tonight are really managing what's presented to them. And to the players' credit, they're playing the game. You know, there's no nonsense for the most part. Players are stopping after the whistle and really doing a good job. It's a well-played game so far.
Now, specifically here in Division III, one thing they started last year was going to the system where they have 2 referees and 2 linesmen. Before that, it was 2 referees, 1 linesman, and Division I used the 2-and-2 system. They're starting to work that into Division III. Do you see that benefiting to Division III? Do you think that's working for Division III?
Absolutely. The 2 referee, 2 linesman system is the best system in hockey, period. That's why the highest level leagues work at NHL, international hockey. Division I hockey has done it for a number of years, and I'm glad to see uniformly that's moving this direction. And by rule, it's going to change after next season, so everyone's going to be mandated to use the 2 referee, 2 linesman system.
And when the rules committee met this summer, one of the big things they talked about a lot was overtime. What do we want to do? Do we want to make it universal? Ultimately, they ended up leaving it in the hands of the conferences, some of them at the Division I level, using shootouts now to settle ties. Here in the SUNYAC, that's not the case yet. Is that what the NCAA wants? Do they want to leave it up to the conferences, or do they want to eventually really make the shootout universal?
Well, I think what they would like to do is just change it by rule. So every conference, no matter where, is mandated by rule to use this. I don't think the committee was ready to make a steadfast, hard decision to make 4-on-4 a standard play and a shootout standard play. The coaches support and they want to move to an NHL model, but one of the things that they still can't get over is the shootout in 4-on-4. So we're a bit away from that. We'll see what happens in the next rule cycle. This year and next year, we're stuck with making it optional. Yeah. Our league in the CCHA is the only league in college hockey, men's hockey, that's using the shootout as part of their league play.
And just to get you out of here on this, another big issue, not just in college, but really through all hockey at all levels, player safety. We already saw one checking from behind boarding penalty early on in the first period. How do you like the way that the NCAA specifically is dealing with player safety and here in the Division III level as well? Do you like the way that they're calling it by the rules and the way they actually call it on the ice?
Well, player safety is a paramount issue for the NCAA and any types of rule development that we have. Contact to the head is a point of emphasis again this year. I think contact to the head, as we speak about hockey as a whole globally, again, protecting player safety, head contact's got to be eliminated from the game, hitting from behind. All those dangerous fouls are so important to make sure they're administered by the officials. Their standard of calling that is consistent, and then we have to have support from the coaches, the administrators, and of course the players to make sure that they recognize the importance of not crossing the edge when it comes to things like that.
He's Steve Piotrowski. He writes the rules basically for the officials, and we thank him for coming here up into the Steve Levy press box and joining us here in the second period. Steve,
Thanks for having us. Happy holidays to you guys. Great job you're doing.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
To you as well, sir. Back to you, Joe.